Yes, we are ready. Welcome, viewers. You are now in tune with the Tri-State AfroBeats Unscripted talk show. If you're watching this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at AfroBeats Unscripted. And if you'd like, you can follow us on our personal accounts. But today, you're with Young Poku,
Auntie Eugenia,
New Mahogany,
MC Drew.
Yes, we are in it. But today we'll be featuring an amazing restaurant here in Central Jersey, Legit African Touch, an amazing restaurant that provides you with African cuisines, West African food, preferably Ghanaian or Nigerian, Mama's Secret, only African continental dishes at 52 Ferry Street, South River, New Jersey.
Hey,
I'm
making me
get
hungry.
some jollof.
It's amazing.
I'm about to have to head there now, you
I'm
know?
about to get some
Amazing.
jollof.
Yes, I can't wait to take all of you guys there.
Oh,
you know,
for
you
real?
treating? You treating?
On you?
You on you?
Hey yo,
But now he says like, nah.
hey yo.
Don't be
But today, man, we have a lot to discuss about the Blacko, New York City, May 20th at Palladium Times Square. What was going on? What was being displayed on that screen? Because Lord have mercy on us.
On him.
on him though, yes, on him. Because why? You know, I love Blacko too. I love Blacko.
So
Hey.
to my understanding, what I saw was a big red demon with horns dancing across the screen behind him, as well as like some other like weird things. There was some like red eyes.
Red eyes, yes.
I was like,
And there was
okay.
different shadows and these different things. I mean, everything else I didn't think too much into it, but yeah,
That
the
one?
red eyes and
That
the
one?
demons. Godly.
I mean, me and Poku were there personally. We were front row. He's a great performer. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not see the demonic thing.
Until after.
Yeah, I didn't see it until after.
Wow.
So
I wish my eyes was more open.
yes,
I think I was more focused on his performance.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of, you go ahead.
And I think that's literally what they do though.
Yeah, that's what-
They
yeah,
have
that's
you
what I was
more
about to say,
focused
yeah.
on the performance and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You don't even realize. And I'll get into that. But yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, I was just gonna agree with you. I think like when you're in the moment, right, you're focusing on the artist and what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like people didn't realize like what was going on behind the scenes. Like, oh, like I'm just vibing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's honestly incredible, honestly, to see. But the thing is, one thing I will say, and I will get into, is that the amount of people that weren't paying attention, the amount of people that were under the influence, the amount of people that were just really gallivanting, doing all these things, Blacko, hey,
Because that's what you're supposed to do at a concert.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know?
and I mean,
Nobody's
it was-
worried about. I mean,
Yeah.
not that nobody's worried about it, but like
You don't
we just didn't
expect
see
that.
it. We didn't
Yeah.
expect him to have these
Yeah.
demonic symbols on the screen, showcase
I
very
wonder
big.
if he knew that those were there. Because you
He had
said
to.
that.
I feel like he had to know.
I'm not making no
No.
excuses for him. I'm sorry. He knew, and he shouldn't have put that up there.
See, okay, but before we really go into and we dive deeper into the whole Blacko, New York City, demonic situation, I do want to commend Blacko. You feel me? He's Ghana's youngest and uprising star right now, and like the thing is, he's done so much for the Ghanaian music industry right now in such a short period, which is the weird part, right? But the thing is, he's been putting Ghana on the map.
Yeah.
He's really been putting Ghanaians on the map. And while we have all these burner boys, these Ashakes, these fire boys, these Joe boys, all these people
Who are all Nigerians.
All Nigerians. we got our guy from Konongo Zongo doing justice for us. So I do want to commend him on his success because the way he's catapulting, it's amazing.
But
It's amazing,
he's
but I already know.
But he's catapulting, right? In a short span of time.
Yeah.
Why?
Why is
How?
I don't want to say the how and the why is because he may have signed his soul, but when you have a concert and there's a big red demon on the screen behind you, it's like, what else is that possibly supposed to symbolize?
Yeah.
Symbolize, what are you showing to your fans? You know, what message are you trying to get across?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
And does this make you guys question his character?
This has
or
me,
his beliefs?
This has me question his character a lot. But although we do have to, lay down that he's not a Christian. Blacko is actually a Muslim or so-called Muslim. Not all people that are called Muslims are Muslims. You feel me? At the end of the day, we have fake Christians, we have fake Muslims as well. So I don't know where he stands, but it's not giving like anything spiritual, like godly. You know what I mean?
Or anything
in a way,
positive.
Positive. Yeah. Exactly.
So like,
I was gonna say. Right here, the first thing we have, and the first thing I want to ask everybody is Blacko making a pledge to the devil? Do we think that he's making a pledge to the devil based on what we saw displayed on the screen?
I mean, like, we can base things off of observation, but we can't really make a statement,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what I personally think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to think. I just feel like, why was it there? What does it mean? And does it represent anything that you have going on?
Yeah.
I want to know what your daily life is like when you have the devil involved. You know what I mean? Because we see the concert, but we don't see the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, he was acting a little erratic on stage. I don't know what was working through him.
Yeah, he was. And the thing is, like, it's like, I also believe that certain artists do certain things for shock value. They do certain things for shock value. So when they have that, they get people's attention, and and you got people talking about you doing all these different things. It's only increasing your publicity. It's only increasing your fan base. Exactly. And Blacko, I feel like their team, it's either he's really pledging, or his team knows something, and they chose this that way it can really give Blacko more like credibility and more publicity and stuff like that. So maybe it's either he is actually pledging, right? Or the team is just working. They're just doing their job. It's either one of the two.
Do we question like the labels that sign him? You know what I'm saying? Because that could be it too.
Well, he signed to Empire Africa. Yeah.
I mean, this leads to my next question, right? Do you think that artists that display demonic symbols in their music are just doing this for like a publicity stunt, or this is just like leading to their downfall?
It's both. It can be both. It can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? It can really go both ways. It can either be like they're actually doing these things, they're actually like, literally pledging themselves, allowing the demons to take over, or it's the fact that they're just like, doing it for shock value.
Or money motivated.
Yeah, or it's money motivated. Literally.
One thing that
Most likely money
I like have been thinking about is when these artists do these things, like, how do they think they're presenting themselves to their fans, right? Yeah. And something that this is my theory. I feel like they don't really care about how their fans will respond, because for every one fan who might be like, all right, this is some weird stuff, I'm out. There's 5 people who are like, no, I just love his music. Maybe he's
So then this just brings up like the topic of character versus talent. Like, does it outweigh the other, or would you still continue to listen to an artist because he's talented, but you don't agree with his character?
Yeah. Hey, that's a great point.
Such a hard question.
It really is a hard question. I don't know.
Like, if Burna Boy had a demon up on his stage, I don't know.
But that's the thing, though. Burna Boy hasn't showed signs of that. Actually, it's actually Davido, Burna, and Wizkid. The 3, they haven't showed any signs of that.
And they're still at the top.
And they're still at the top.
Yeah.
So you see what God can do. Yeah. As well. Like Eugenia said, God can do 10 times more on the first episode.
I said that? Oh, yeah. I did do that. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. Exactly. So one thing I do really want to say and get into is that everyone appreciates art differently. You feel me? So it's like, you're not going to tell me or show me how to perceive the art that I am seeing that is being displayed, right? So like, for example, Andrew, you may perceive like art from like a general world of art, just from the worldly sense, the regular, what you see, right? You may perceive art from more of a sentiment, type of perspective. You may perceive art from like a religious standpoint, right? So when you're seeing it, you're thinking of religion, you're thinking of, demons, you're thinking of this. Not everyone is on that same level. Not everyone is on that same type of, thing where it's like, okay, you're gonna see it religiously, you're gonna think it's demons, it's crazy. Other people don't believe in that. They don't believe in demons. Some of them haven't even submitted their life to God to even go into that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so what we call art comes in all forms, and art is complicated. Art is symbolic. Art is spiritual. Art is like literally it's there's a connection. You know what I mean?
Art is a communication.
It's a communication
between the spirit and
art
the
is
person.
Also very subjective, and it's like it's a form of expression as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And one thing we've realized is that as a statistic, in Ghana, the 70% of Ghanaians are Christians. 20% are Muslims, and I think the last 10% are just traditionalists. So a lot of the times it's like you have these fan bases, right? If you're able to capture them and capture these fan bases, right? Literally, you're hot. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to grab Christians, their attention with, certain things like that. So if you're able to do that, you're actually hot. You're on the rise, you're great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another way to look at it.
He's hot, but he needs to be splashed with some holy water. Respect.
Yo, that was a great analogy.
You just don't want to lose the fans that consolidate your fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
At the end of the day, now that you've gotten to this point, now you got Christians in Ghana, all different religions saying that, hey, now that God has risen you here, now you're doing all this stuff. You're showing demons. Hey, you've come to America for the first time. You're showing demons, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, and you don't want such, talks about you out there.
Yeah.
Do you think he cares though?
I think that comes with being an artist. People are gonna say what they're gonna say, and they have to mentally prepare themselves to hear all the backlash and hear all the good.
Yeah. And he's also very young too. So.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds for him.
Because he hasn't reacted to that, right?
Yeah,
everybody's allegations.
He said when he sees it, he shuts his phone off.
That's what he said.
That is what he says. He said it in tree.
But it was on the stage.
No, like when he sees everyone. When he sees everyone talking online
like
and on Twitter, he just shuts his phone off. That's what he said.
Okay.
The clip is there.
Okay. So
he may be doing that out of fear.
Yeah.
Right. Scared to speak up.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, wow.
So, other than Blacko and this business, Andrew, we've even seen other things about this J-Hus and also. What's his name?
Damson Idris.
Damson Idris.
Yeah. So over the past week or two, there's been news coming out of like you said, J-Hus. He's a artist based in the United Kingdom. He was on Burna Boy's last album, Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Right.
So people were waiting. He dropped his last album in 2020. It was a hit. He was personally one of my favorite artists in the UK. People were waiting 2 years for him to drop. He hasn't
dropped in a minute.
Yeah. So when he dropped the first line of his new song, "Devil in me, demon in me."
Hey, devil in me.
And I was like, yo, are you serious?
No, what are people manifesting here?
That's what I'm saying.
I can't do that.
It's crazy. I truly don't understand what is the motive right now. Why are we starting to see so much demonic symbolisms?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's very upsetting. And then we have the Damson Idris situation. We'll take a look here at a clip.
I was hitting a block, right? I was like, I'm not doing it right? So then I went in the corner and then I was looking at the wall and I was like, come on, devil, right? Come to me, because I had to do something crazy, right? Had nightmares for a month. So it does come.
To it or after?
After. I had nightmares every day. I felt that energy.
Oh, interesting.
And I had to pray and do all this stuff to get rid of it. And you call your mom up and you're like, bring me back to life. And that stuff is real. That stuff really is real.
He was saying how he was having nightmares after he called upon the devil. And I mean, I said this in the first episode, and I hope that we don't have to visit this topic again.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see the length people are going to for success.
For success.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It's really the African artists now that I'm seeing, and the African creatives. Damson Idris, Nigerian. J-Hus, isn't he Nigerian or is he Ghanaian?
I think he's from Uganda.
He's Uganda?
Wow.
I think so. I
definitely know he's
need to look,
African.
yeah.
But why, guys?
Yeah.
Why?
Can someone post a clip explaining any of the artists? Because I would just I'm genuinely intrigued by this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the devil is anything that we haven't been taught about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're taught to avoid it, avoid him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So what would possess you to
call yourself the devil?
to call upon the devil?
Arts and spirituality comes all in one.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a communication.
It's a
So you're
communication.
displaying these things to your fans.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about your fans when you were doing these things. It's really heartbreaking, and it's even crazy that like Damson Idris, even in the clip, he literally said, "Oh yeah, I had to pray and all this stuff to get back to normal." And all. So now you're calling on God. You weren't thinking about God before.
Yeah.
Was God too busy to answer your calls at the moment you were struggling with that clip, with that scene that you were trying to do, Damson Idris? Was God not available? Like that's like what I'm thinking. Like why are
the
you
devil?
doing this? Why?
Someone answer us, because we're just intrigued.
Yeah,
We're interested.
I think I'll continue asking why, because we'll never know the answer.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's only gonna get worse. We can keep
I think
asking
so.
why, but it's only gonna get worse.
It's gonna get better.
But I feel like
the
Africans,
optimists.
but I feel like Africans, we should really dive into who we are. You know what I mean? We're way more than what we've been seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The devil knows who we are as blacks, as Africans.
Yeah.
We have this grace, we have this favor. Why don't we use that to the best of our ability? Look at every single one of us creatives here doing our thing. You know what I mean? We are not calling on Satan.
Yeah.
We're calling on God.
We prayed before
Exactly.
this episode.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So it's crazy. It's insane. But
But who are we to judge?
yeah.
One last thing I do want to say though, like Poku was saying earlier, it's up to everyone to decide like what you want to consume. Because the media you consume, the music you listen to, it affects you.
It does.
It affects you big time.
So we all have to make a conscious decision for ourselves. Like maybe we might like this artist, they might have been doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's up to you to decide whether or not I continue listening to them, supporting them, or not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Damson Idris, I really hope you find God, or you've already found God. But
And all the demons are
yes,
out of you.
And J-Hus too. J-Hus, we loved you. I don't know what's going on with you, my guy, right now, but let's get it together. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
Thank
Amen.
you. I have some
Got that from
special
Auntie.
olive oil, holy oil from Nigeria. If anybody needs some, I can send it to you.
Anybody need prayers? Prayer warriors, come here.
Yes. But Blacko, J-Hus, and Damson Idris is what we discussed today. We can't have any more of this. We can't. No more. But yes. But we are done for today, guys.
LOL.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
watching
guys
this episode. And once again, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at AfroBeats Unscripted and our personal accounts. So yes, see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.